do you think if Epstein was like, Jeffrey Muhammad, that like we would be concealing the fact that he was, an asset for a foreign intelligence service? No, the documents would have been declassified immediately.
Sure, but I don't think that would have been because like we're beholden to Israel. I think it's just because a lot of older Americans remember 9/11 and fucking hate Muslims and shit. It would be like, fuck this guy.
No, sure. But like what the point is that like, if Epstein was Muslim, those documents would be out. If he was an Arab, those documents would be out. Like, but the fact that he was tied in with Israeli intelligence, like we still don't have the documents, we don't have anything. Oh, we're going to declassify him. Didn't bring anything out. It took 60 years to get the
Epstein
documents.
The Epstein is hard. I truly believe, I don't think there was a book. There is no client list. I think the Epstein was a kind of a perverted dude, had young people there. I don't think there's anything to be found from the Epstein stuff. So, I think that Trump played it up because they wanted it to be and because it looked good as like a hit piece. But like, I think that like the people that pushed this the hardest would have been the ones with most incentive to kill him, right? Epstein died in 2019 in a Trump federal prison,
yep.
Right? What was it? Acosta was a Department of Labor secretary who was the criminal attorney, I think, who got
U.S. attorney.
U.S. attorney.
He was the U.S. attorney out of Southern District of Florida.
Nice deal so that he didn't have prison time for the first charges that he caught.
Yeah.
Like if you wanted to make, like Epstein, obviously, if he was on video saying, "Oh, Joe Biden is my best friend of 10 years," like people would be losing their mind because it was Trump. Nobody even knows about the call that's like publicly available. I don't know. The issue I have, I guess, sometimes is that like I can see a bunch of stuff that like I understand, like there's good explanations for it. And I'm like, is there anything that's happening where it's like I can't explain that without some kind of like foreign push?
So here's my thing. I actually agree with you that like people are way too hyped up on the client list or whatever. And actually, to be honest with you, I was talking with you about this. Where people really need to look is the CIA, because if he was actually a foreign agent for a foreign country, the CIA is going to have all that information. The FBI is strictly domestic, like. NSA, CIA, honestly, Tulsi Gabbard is the one that's going to have everything when it comes to Epstein, because people forget that there's a criminal case and there's also a classified high side. That's the stuff that people want to see. So my thing is, I think the fact that he is aligned with the Israeli government is a big reason why they're not showing us that, because that's what people really want to see. Is there a client list? Maybe. But my thing is, I'm more interested in who was he working for? Why was he collecting the information that he was collecting? And what was he actually doing when he was in the US? Like, what were his meetings like, etc.? Because I guarantee
to be fair,
they have that.
That kind of stuff will never be released. Like ever. Like
when they said
stuff like that would never come out.
That's what they campaign on, and that's why people are so pissed off.
But that's like their issue. Yeah. I think one big issue the Trump admin is going to have, like in the first term, because Trump doesn't know how to do politics, he didn't know anything about like what do my cabinet members do or what do my agencies do. Now coming in, right? He's appointed absolute sycophants in every single cabinet position, and now he can't use those.
Yeah, he put loyalists instead of competent individuals.
So he can't use deep state excuses anymore, unless we're saying the deep state is even deeper than all the Trump control. And when you've got guys like Bongo Balls or whatever on Tim Pool saying, "I got a guy in the CIA who told me 100%," and now this guy is deputy of the FBI with Kash Patel or whatever, and they're like, "Oh shit, we actually have nothing. Nothing's going on here." And Tulsi Gabbard says nothing is going on, and Pam Bondi says nothing's going on. Like, at what point is it like
that has Tulsi Gabbard? Because that's who people really need to ask questions to, because people forget like how the intelligence apparatus is, but she's the one that's going to have everything. She's going to have the high side stuff that people are actually interested in.
They say that, but like, what was the argument before? So Pam Bondi should theoretically have everything for the DOJ, but she's like, well, the Southern District of New York was hiding stuff from us. So is Tulsi Gabbard going to leave in 4 years and be like, actually, even though I was a director of National Intelligence, they were hiding stuff from me too? And it's like, fuck.
Well, the reason why I say her is because she's going to have access to all the classified stuff from the intelligence community, right? Like,
no, I understand theoretically, but I'm saying it feels like there's always a deeper state to point to once they're out of office. They're like, we couldn't get those files because somebody deep in this.
My bottom line is that if he had worked for the Saudi Arabian government, we would have those documents. But since he was tied in with the Israeli government, we're not getting those documents I guarantee you why they're not going to release it. They're going to consider it national defense information, NDI. And off that, we can't release it. And then a lot of those people are still alive. Who knows what
I feel like this would be standard like, I don't think we would know about Saudi Arabia. They literally fucking chainsawed that one dude up in that embassy.
Khashoggi?
We didn't do fuck all about that, right? I think at this point, most people believe.
Well, we wouldn't give that same level of like Saudi Arabia, cool. But like I'm saying, like
for Ukraine,
we give Israel is insane.
Maybe
insane.
What was his name? Jasal?
Oh, Khashoggi?
Khashoggi.
Yeah, I said the Saudi Arabian guy.
It's pretty crazy. Like I'm pretty sure people saw him getting like carried out and
they killed him in Turkey. Yeah.
Yeah, and then And look at like Ukraine. I think at this point, most people know that Zelensky might not have had personal knowledge, but Ukraine probably took out the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. We haven't released anything or said anything. Fuck all about that. I think it's pretty standard practice we have allies. We're not going to release like condemned.
Sure. But like, the amount of aid that we give them, the amount of money we give them, etc. Like I'm saying, like any other country, had Epstein not been aligned with Israel, let's say he had been aligned with Turkey, even Ukraine, some of our greatest allies, the info would have came out, is my argument.
I don't know. I think
It's speculative, but I think the info would have came out.
Erdogan was literally in the United States with his own bodyguards, like beating up U.S. citizens, and we didn't say fuck all about it. We're like, oh, you know, he's cool, you know, just. We give a lot of deference to people we're
Erdogan
friends
is a
with.
scumbag, man.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Turkey, it does a lot. I mean, Trump literally, when he left Syria, and Turkey was like, oh, we can go bomb these motherfucking Kurds now.
It's like the definition of like a guy that just talks shit, but
yeah. But I mean, like, we didn't do fuck all about it or condemn him or say anything bad about it. So I don't know. I think we get a lot of deference to our allies. It's hard to say.
But Israel, dude, come on, man. Come on, man. If it was Turkey, come on.
I don't know, man.
If Epstein was Turkish intelligence, that file would have been out, man.
I don't know, man.